Hello folks, Richard Fontenay here. Welcome to another exciting episode where we're diving into the world of online business and how to take it to the next level. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that's not only essential, but is truly will set your business apart. And that is how to create great customer experience. Now, before we get going, this podcast is not only for those who have an online business, but for every business out there. And why? Because your business matters. Today, I want to cover 3 ingredients of a recipe that will take your customer experience to the next level. Number 1, personalizing your customer interactions and providing customer support. Number 2, implementing customer feedback and review systems. And number 3, ensuring prompt and satisfactory resolutions to customer problems. Now, first, let's take a look at the power of personalization. Imagine walking into your favorite local coffee shop, and the barista already knows your order and asks about the trip that you mentioned last time that you were there. Feels great, right? Well, the online business world is no different. To make your customers feel valued and special, we need to personalize the name and the game. Now, here's a couple of strategies for creating personalized experiences. The first is customer segmentation. Now, just like friends have different interests, your customers aren't all the same. By sorting them out into different groups based on things like their age, their preferences, and shopping habits, you can treat them to different ways in which you want to make an offer or how you are developing the content that really speaks to their habits. Think about it as sending a thoughtful gift rather than just a generic card to them. Now, the second is personalized communication. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Using customer data, you can jazz up your emails and jazz up your chatbots and all of those interactions that you have. So addressing your customers by name, it's like giving them a warm virtual handshake. Now let's look at ways to elevate your customer support. The first way is to provide proactive customer support. Now, if you ever had a store employee offer assistance just when you were beginning to look for something, well, that's the magic of proactive support. Whether it's a quick live chat or a helpful email, being there when your customers need you can turn a simple interaction into a lasting impression. Now, the second way is to develop a customer relationship management system, or a CRM. Now, picture a magical notebook that remembers every detail about your customers. That's really what CRM does. By organizing your customer into one place, you can create an experience that's not just personalized, but consistent across different touch points. It's like having your favorite playlist follow you from room to room. And the third way is to build loyalty and to make sure you have repeat business. Now, you know that cozy local bakery you always go back to? Well, it's not just because of the amazing donuts that they bake. It's because they remember your name and genuinely care about your satisfaction. This is the kind of loyalty you can cultivate by personalizing user interactions and customer support. Okay, now let's go to the second point for today. Let's turn up the volume on customer feedback and review systems. And why do we do that? Well, because who knows better about what you are doing and what you are doing right and where you can improve than your very own customers. For this point, I'll touch upon the importance of feedback connection, feedback surveys, online reviews and ratings, and staying socially engaged. So, why is the feedback connection so important? Well, remember when you try to develop a new, or you tried a new recipe that you hadn't tried before, and then asked your friends what they thought about it? Well, that's pretty much what we're doing here, but only for your business. Your customers' opinions are like ingredients that can transform your business recipe into a masterpiece. Hey, I like baking, so I thought I would throw this example in. So here are a couple of ways to tap into your customer insights for that recipe that we were talking about. The first is feedback surveys. Now, have you ever asked how was your experience after you had a meal at a restaurant? Well, with your online business, it's really more easier than after a restaurant meal. With just a few clicks, you can create surveys to understand what your customers love and what might need a sprinkle of self-improvement or of improvement. Think of it as a virtual suggestion box, open 24/7. The second way of tapping into your customer insights is by creating online reviews and ratings. Now, have you ever bought something online after reading a bunch of reviews? You know, others that have experienced a product can really influence our decisions. I have certainly done this on more than one occasion when I'm looking for a product or a digital product and searched out reviews so that I would make sure that I'm getting what I want to get. Those of us who are internet marketers who want to do due diligence always read a product review before buying. So encourage your customers to leave reviews and ratings, whether they're over the moon with what you have provided, or maybe had a hiccup over it. And here's the catch. Remember to reply. It's like having a conversation with your customers face to face. And the third way is what I call social media listening. Raise your hand if you ever tweeted or now X'd about a company's fantastic service or ranted about a frustrating experience. Now, social media is where customers share their thoughts. And those could be good or bad. So be a social media detective. Listen to what's being said, engage with your customers, and resolve issues like a superhero swooping in to save the day. Now, there is a fourth way to include customers in your ongoing improvements, and that is to establish a customer advisory board. Now, have you ever wished you could have a say in how a TV show ends? Well, customer advisory boards give your very important customers a backstage pass. They help shape your business strategies. They give input on new stuff that you might be cooking up. And sometimes they can even get into taste test your latest creations. Now, many e-business entrepreneurs have a virtual group of people who provide this type of feedback to them. Now, if you're going to do this, though, always ensure you provide your virtual group members with a significant bonus for their efforts. Now, let's go on to our third point for today. Ensuring prompt, satisfactory resolutions to customer problems. Now, here we're really tackling the challenge of making sure your customers not only have a great experience, but that if there are any hiccups along the way, that they are dealt with swiftly and satisfactorily. Now, remember when you accidentally spilled your coffee and the barista handed you a fresh cup in a flash? Well, that's the magic we're talking about. Giving your customers the same quick and satisfying experience when they encounter problems. This could be called the art of the quick solutions. Now, here are 2 ways to resolve customer issues quickly. Number 1, be responsive with customer support. And what do I mean by that? Well, imagine you're lost and someone quickly points you in the right direction. Well, that's what responsive customer support feels like. Whether it's an email, a live chat, a phone call, whatever it is, make sure you're there for your customers. Acknowledge their concerns like a sympathetic or an empathetic friend, and give them regular updates as you work on resolving their specific issue. Number 2, empower your team to solve customer problems. Now, remember when your favorite teacher empowered you to take charge of the class project? Well, the same concept applies here. Give your support team the tools and the knowledge they need to handle problems like champions. When your employees or your team are well trained, they can confidently tackle just about any issue, and then turn frustrated customers into happy campers. Okay, but what happens when problems really get tough? Well, think of this like a superhuman or a superhero calling in reinforcements. Sometimes a problem might need more than just a single solution. So establishing clear steps for your support team to escalate issues that are complex or might need a higher level attention is the way to go. Now, this way, customers don't feel stuck, and you're showing them that their problems really matter. Another way to deal with tough problems is to engage your staff in the process of continuous improvement. Now, this is like how you learn from your own mistakes. Your business can do the same. By digging into customer problems, you can uncover patterns and root causes for those problems. It's like solving a puzzle. Once you find the missing piece, you can prevent similar issues from popping up again. This is when you engage your team in the process of continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is really like turning your team members into problem-solving experts. Now, there's one more way to solve tough problems, and that is with service recovery. Now, have you ever experienced a company or an individual go above and beyond your expectations to make things right? Well, that's service recovery in action. Now, if a customer hasn't had a great experience, well, use your magic wand. Well, maybe not a real wand, but offer some form of compensation, perhaps some discounts or incentives. It's not just about fixing the problem. It's about rebuilding the trust and leaving a positive impression with them. So there you have it, folks. But remember, your customers aren't just buyers. They're really collaborators in your business journey. And thank you for joining us today. We've explored the art of personalizing customer interactions, the power of customer feedback, and the grace of solving problems with a smile. Now, as we wrap up this episode, let's bring it all together. Imagine your online business as a warm, inviting cafe where every customer feels like an old friend. By personalizing user interactions, you create an atmosphere of familiarity and trust, where your customers know that you understand what their tastes and what their needs are. But the cafe isn't complete without a suggestion box and a friendly ear. Implementing customer feedback and review systems gives your customers a voice, turning them from mere buyers into valued collaborators. You're not just serving them, you're crafting an experience tailored to their wishes. And when a coffee spill happens or a pastry crumbles, you don't just clean it up. You turn that experience around. Ensuring prompt and satisfactory resolutions is really your secret ingredient. It's the moment you become a hero in your customers' eyes, showing them you genuinely care about them as an individual. So whether you're just starting out or perhaps you're already a seasoned business owner, remember this: your customers are the heart of everything you do. By personalizing, listening, and solving problems, you're not just running a business. You're building a community of loyalty, trust, and happiness. Now, thank you for joining us on Scaling Up Your Online Business series. And here's to your online thriving like you've never have done before. Keep personalizing, keep listening, and keep solving. And cheers to your success. Until next week, when we will begin to explore the important topic of financial planning and resource allocation. In the meantime, keep soaring high in the world of online business. Oh, And one more thing before I go. Please subscribe to this channel, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing so. Bye for now.